victim card after routinely using personal attacks themselves. It's another matter that historically this has never worked for Modi's opponents. Every time they make it personal about him, it backfires. It also remains to be seen just how the public mood is on an AI-generated video of someone who was never in public life and is now no more. As the rhetoric intensifies, though, the big question is either side in a position to claim moral high ground? And where will this lead this election season? Today, if Congress defends this, wouldn't it become an open season on their leaders and their families too? Will they consider it par for the course then? We'll take that and more up with our guests in just a bit. First up, let me break down this entire video and what this controversy is all about. The video posted by Bihar Congress on social media appears to show a scolding from a mother to her son, clearly referring to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his late mother. First, the PM lookalike is seen saying he's done with the vote chori for the day. Then in his dream, his mother shows disappointment and disapproval of his politics. In the video, the mother is seen saying, after making me stand in queues, making reels of washing my feet, you're now playing politics in my name. She's also heard asking, how low will you stoop in the name of politics in Bihar? So clearly, this is a reference not just to the larger Congress campaign on vote chori, but also, of course, of all the politics of Narendra Modi, but particularly the fact that Narendra Modi has used his mother to gain sympathy. That's at least what the video is trying to allege. What was the need of such a video? This isn't the first time, though, the opposition has brought up the Prime Minister's mother as part of attacks against him. In 2014 itself, when he first became the Prime Minister, Congress leader Rashid Alvi had said that Prime Minister lives lavishly in a mansion, but his mother lives in a 10 by 10 room, further asking if he doesn't have a place enough for her in his large mansion. 2 years later, Kapil Sibal targeted the PM after his mother visited a bank to replace now defunct banknotes during demo. There, he said that he's a no good son, and no good son would ever do this, ever want this. In 2018, Congress leader Raj Babbar compared the rupee's falling value against the US dollar with the age of Prime Minister's mother. And then last month, abuses were allegedly hurled at Prime Minister and his mother during a rally in Darbhanga. Now, Bihar Congress again has posted an AI-generated video showing the Prime Minister's mother scolding him in a dream. Congress, however, stands divided on the attack. At least that's what it seemed initially. While party leader Pawan Khera claimed that the Prime Minister can't gain sympathy on this anymore and that in politics one must learn how to bear these attacks, Bihar Congress social media head had told CNN News 18 on the other hand that they will assess the situation and decide on action moving forward, basically suggesting that there could be a rethink on whether this video should be up or not. Pawan Khera had defended the post saying there's no abuse in the video, it's just advice for the Prime Minister from a mother to a son. What's wrong in that? But Congress MP Sukhdinder Singh Randhawa had earlier said that it's not right to bring up anyone's mother, even if he complained that BJP has done this to Sonia Gandhi in the past. This wouldn't be the first faux pas by the Congress, or rather its social media handles, just recently. Let me break down a few of the recent examples. Earlier this year, there was controversy after Kerala Congress in a post claimed that actor Preeti Zinta gave her social media accounts to BJP and got 18 crore written off. Preeti Zinta slammed Kerala Congress for spreading fake news, clarifying that she had already repaid the loan. And in April, Congress posted a controversial Gayab social media post, remember, targeting the PM in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor, but was met with severe backlash. Adding to the Congress's embarrassment was the fact that Pakistani handles shared this post, including a former minister, prompting further criticism, and eventually that post had to be deleted. In May, Karnataka Congress social media team depicted Jammu and Kashmir as part of Pakistan. Congress's post criticized the IMF approving financial aid to Pakistan. However, it showed J&K as part of Pakistan. The post had to be deleted, of course. A controversial social media post said, B for BD, B for Bihar, after which the NDA launched a sharp attack on the Congress. That post also had to be deleted from an official Congress handle. So, of course, the larger question is if this will in any way benefit the Congress party. But is this also open season on families now? If the Congress today is defending this AI-generated video of someone who wasn't in public life and is not alive anymore, can they attack the BJP or anyone else in the future if they resort to similar tactics? That debate is coming up.
बिहार में आरजेडी कांग्रेस के मंच से मेरी मां को गालियां दी गई। ये गालियां सिर्फ मेरी मां का अपमान नहीं है, ये देश की मां, बहन, बेटी का अपमान है।
बार बार हर चीज को मुद्दा बनाना, हर चुनाव से पहले अपनी माताजी को लेकर आना और छुई बन के राजनीति करना सिर्फ नरेंद्र मोदी को ही आता है, हमें तो नहीं आता।
यार माँ को ऐसे पॉलिटिक्स में लेकर आना मेरे ख्याल की शर्म वाली बात है। माँ का दर्जा बहुत ऊंचा है पॉलिटिक्स के उससे ऊपर।
प्रधानमंत्री जी का माँ हमारा माँ होता है, माँ माँ ही होता है। माँ को जो डिफेम करने का कोशिश करता है वो कभी हमारा देश में कामयाब नहीं होगा।
Let's go across to our guest joining us. Gopal Krishna Agarwal is from the BJP. Ishan Tyagi, spokesperson of the Congress party, with us. Akhil Swami is political analyst, and so is Pranay Agarwal, both on the show with us. I do thank you all for your time. Ishan Tyagi, I begin with you. The question that will be asked is the Congress party so devoid of issues, even in a fertile land like Bihar ahead of the elections, that you have to use the late mother of the Prime Minister to, make this kind of mock video about him or his politics? Are you devoid of all other issues? There was no other way to hit out at him or BJP's politics?
Shivani, first of all, very good evening to you and my fellow panelists. So, first point that the question that you asked me. So basically, in Bihar, if you know about our voter Adhikar Yatra, it was a very hit yatra. It was hit among the youth. Lakhs of people joined us, and we did raise some serious issues that pertain to the state of Bihar in the last 20 years. We raised the issue of unemployment, the poor implementation of SIR, the growing, the growing prices of all the commodities in Bihar, the growing unemployment in Bihar, and also we did raise an issue about the paper leaks in Bihar.
Okay.
So that was very hit. To deviate from those issues, the BJP and the Prime Minister are behaving like a crybaby.
No, they are not deviating from the issue. One second.
Was not into politics.
Ishan Tyagi, they haven't deviated from the issue.
If you ask me, if you have asked me a question, let me answer that first.
Yes, but I asked you the question.
Let me answer
Did you not have enough issues on ground to attack the BJP or the PM on? Why did you have to drag in his mother and, make this whole mock video when political points can be made very easily, as you said, you have made, you claim, then why did you need to do this?
Shivani, the Prime Minister is the one who has dragged his mother again and again into politics. I go to my mother every day, I touch her feet, I go to, I take care of my mother when she is ill. We all do that. You must be doing with your parents or old grandparents. I do not carry 20 cameras with me. I hope so that you do not carry 20 cameras with you. When
Is
you
that
do
a defense against dragging someone's mother into a political campaign?
One second. No, if you have called me to listen to my answers or ask cross questions in between. First, specify.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you cross questions.
If
but
the Prime Minister, if the Prime Minister goes to meet his mother, touch her feet, watch her feet, there are 20 cameras surrounding him.
So?
And there's no, we have visuals of his mother standing in the queue of demonetization for outside the ATMs, for getting new notes.
So what?
That was being politicized. So if the Prime Minister is using his mother for political gains, he does not have a right to say that his mother is non-political. Now coming to the other thing, if the Prime Minister, we know the Prime Minister Modi is very infamous for making derogatory remarks on women again and again. Let me tell you about, in your first story, you should, if you can tell about the opposition, you should have told what Prime Minister Modi said about many women leaders. He said he addressed women leaders as 50 crore ki girlfriend. He addressed women leaders as Jersey guy. He addressed women leaders in the parliament. Mind you, in parliament he addressed Renuka Chaudhary ji as Surpanaka, who was the daughter of Ravana. He addressed our leader as Congress ki Vidwa. He addressed Mamata Banerjee when he goes to Bengal. He addressed Mamata Banerjee in a derogatory manner. Didi, oh Didi. So if you're yourself very infamous about it, do not expect the others to be very clean about politics and
Okay, so if that is your defense, that's one thing. Earlier you made some argument. No, one second. Sir, I have to go to other. No, I have to go to other panelists as well. And Gopal Krishna Agarwal will come in on this. Earlier the defense was that because there have been some visuals of the Prime Minister's, I'll come back to you, because there have been some visuals of the Prime Minister's mother in public domain, then she is fair game. She is no longer an apolitical person because she's been used for political gain. I'm not sure if that is an argument that can be stretched to this extent, because for a prominent individual or citizen, their families are routinely photographed or are taken on video by the media. That doesn't make them a political or a public figure. They are still private citizens, all right? But anyways, the point that the Congress is making today, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, is that Prime Minister has used derogatory terms for women leaders, and therefore there should be no problem as far as his own family is concerned.
But Shivani ji, we have to consider 2-3 important
No,
points.
first of all,
opposition.
one second,
panelist
Shivani,
Ishanji
you
was
should tell me
completely
how is the
confused.
video?
No, let me speak. I did not interfere. Let me speak.
Yeah, let him speak. I'll come back to you.
How is this video derogatory, Shivani?
I will underline 3-4
tell me how is this
important
video
issues.
derogatory?
And
a
the
mother
most
is trying to
important
teach
is
her
that the
son
Congress and
honesty.
opposition.
I'll come back to you. I have an answer for you. I'll come back to you. Let Gopal Krishna Agarwal speak. Yes.
The first thing is there is complete ideological bankruptcy at Congress. They don't have any ideological issues, one thing, and therefore they try to raise these kind of issues. Second is demeaning our Prime Minister has been their continuous effort on all counts, whether historically we see, you also mentioned, it has been continuously undermined the Prime Minister's post, his personality, his actions, etc. And I also can't understand when Prime Minister's own wife was at the common man going on a rickshaw, and they are saying that how it is, she is a Prime Minister's mother, but she is a citizen of India. So that is the way they should appreciate. This is completely dynastic mindset that they work. If Prime Minister's mother is there, so he should not. The last point that I would like to say is, Ishanji said that you also asked, you don't have any issues to be raised at the Bihar elections. The issues of the common man, issues of about the development of the country, about other issues. So he said that we raised it. The issue now they cannot counter or add on to those debates or discussions is because all issues,
Okay.
our performance has been exemplary. Our economy.
What about the question that it has come from BJP and the PM himself in the past? So nobody can claim high moral ground on this.
No, it is not high moral ground. It is what we are saying is you are undermining the Prime Minister's mother who is no more. And we are only saying that you don't have any issues of the common man, no ideology, no issues for the Bihar elections. Therefore, you want to divert the narrative on these issues. Why you again and again doing this? Why can't you? Have they any issues? So what I want to say is the issues of the common man about economy, welfare, the national pride, development of the state, all these issues they tried to raise, but they did not find resonance with the people because On
So
those
is
all
it
issues, our
the
government has
depletion of
performed
issues
extremely
that may
well.
be resonating on ground that has prompted the Congress to do so? Now, Mr. Ishan asked a question, what is derogatory about this video? So I take your question because it's not like any allegations have been made against the mother and all. She has been seen scolding the Prime Minister. But I'll tell you why the problem exists. One, she isn't a political person or a public figure. She is a private citizen. Second, this is an AI-generated video of a person who is no more, right? This whole idea of using AI-generated videos, even for somebody who's alive, you know, that in itself is a very slippery slope because it could come and bite you as well. And I think to do it to someone who's not in public life, who was aged even when she came into the national spotlight and is now no more, this is a slippery slope. And that is why, at least as far as, you know, this video's connotation is concerned, it could come across as tone deaf. It's not just about whether there's anything derogatory in the video or not. I'll come back to you. Let me go across
This is
with
what
this.
is
I'll come back.
derogatory. Shivani ji, this is the derogatory.
No, so that exactly.
question,
These
Shivani.
are some of the
Shivani, you've
questions
raised the
of
question, let me
propriety.
answer that.
Sir, I'll come back to you.
Because the
Two of
BJP
my guests have
spokesman-
not. Two of my
because
guests
the
have not
BJP
spoken.
spokesman
Just
did
stay
not
with me.
answer that question.
Yes,
You
I'll
answered
come
it
back
for
to you.
him.
I'll come back
Let
to
me
you.
answer. Let me
Pranay
answer that
Agarwal
question.
is a political analyst with us, and with that, with the point I made, Pranay, it leads me to my next question: that where will this stop? Today, you make an AI-generated video of someone who's not even alive, who isn't even a leader, didn't hold any public position. This is going to turn out to be the ugliest slugfest if you defend this today.
Absolutely, Shivani. I completely agree with you on that. See, the moot point of a democratic political system is what? Should the Prime Minister be criticized? My answer is yes. Please be my guest, criticize him all out. But please criticize him on his policies and his politics instead of personal slander, instead of dragging his late mother into an apolitical figure into the political discourse. And very frankly, Shivani, it does not lower the dignity of the Prime Minister. It, in fact, lowers the exposes the moral compass of the Congress party, and it does cheapen the political discourse overall, right? So the overall bar in politics has been set lower by the Congress party. I'm really surprised, like, of all places in Bihar, are you devoid of issues, right? So Bihar mein you have so many issues. The BJP is part of the ruling combine. बिहार में आप अंडर डेवलपमेंट के इश्यूज उठाइए, आप एग्जाम्स ठीक से कंडक्ट नहीं हो रहे हैं उसके इश्यूज उठाइए, सड़कों के उठाइए, जॉब्स के उठाइए, SIR के उठाइए, right? But one can avoid personal slander, and the Congress has been time and again at it.
No, I would say there is no political party that can claim high moral ground on this. It's not just about the Congress, but it does show a bankruptcy of sorts of issues, Akhil Swami. If of all the issues in the world, you wanted to make a video about the Prime Minister's mother, and the mother saying you've let me down, or suggesting that, and you have used me and misused me for political gains. I mean, what is the need for this? Exactly, what is the political critique in this?
Shivani, I'm a Shuddha Sanatani. And I speak against BJP because, in my opinion, BJP is a anti-Sanatan Dharma party. See, I won't speak about that particular evidence. Otherwise, you will say I should not go into the personal affairs of a particular person. But that was also anti-Sanatan. Now the point is, Kanagat chal rahe hain aajkal, Shivani. Kanagat ke dinon mein, agar my mother or my deceased father comes in somebody else's dream also, and tells me something and scolds me that what should have been done by Akhil Swami, my dear son, they are scolding me, and I'll be very happy because Kanagats are going on. And
Akhil Swami, I'm sorry, that argument is not making any sense.
No,
that may be your personal view, but I don't think political campaigns should be decided on that.
अरे आप मेरे को सनातन धर्म के बारे में बताने दीजिए शिवानी, हम लोग सब सनातन धर्मी यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं. अगर कनागत में माता पिता आके वो बात बोल रहे हैं, उसका इवैल्यूएशन कीजिए. जो माँ ने कहा वो सही था या गलत? माँ ने कहा कि आपने 13 महीने किसानों को तड़पाया, आपने बच्चों को नौकरी नहीं दी, आप अग्निवीर लेके आए, आपने महंगाई बढ़ाई, आपने अडानी जी को सब कुछ दे दिया. ये गलत है. अगर माँ
ये इस वीडियो में, आई एम सॉरी अखिल स्वामी, इस वीडियो में जो आप इश्यूज बोल रहे हैं ना, एक भी इशू रेज नहीं किया गया है।
शिवानी,
एक भी
अगर
इशू
मेरी
रेज नहीं
माँ-
किया गया है।
देखिए, शिवानी,
अगर
मैं
जॉब्स की बात
CNN
करनी
का-
थी तो वो तो बात कर
अगर
सकते हैं,
मैं
वो तो रोज
CNN
कर रहे हैं
का
लोग
एंकर
कैंपेन में।
होता,
मदर को क्यों
और अगर
घसीटना
मेरे पास
है?
मेंशन
ये तो-
होता, बड़ी कोठी होती, मैं अपने माँ बाप को राजा रानी की तरह रखता।
वो आपका
लेकिन-
पर्सनल व्यू है ना,
अरे
आप दूसरों को
पर्सनल व्यू क्या
डिक्टेट
है?
नहीं कर सकते।
नहीं नहीं, किसी भी सनातनी बेटे
अरे
को
आप ये
वो
तो
आपका
बड़ी
व्यू है
कोठी में
सर।
रहता है।
आप
जो 8,000
नहीं
करोड़
अखिल
के
स्वामी, वो
हवाई
आपका
जहाज
व्यू
उड़ता
है कि
जो
सनातनी
12
धर्मी को
करोड़
क्या
की
करना
गाड़ी
चाहिए,
में
क्या
उड़ता
नहीं
है।
करना
वो
चाहिए।
अपनी
वी
माँ
लिव
को
इन अ
अगर
कंट्री
10
वेयर
कमरे में
एवरी
रखता है,
सनातनी हैज अ
ये
डिफरेंट
सनातन
व्यू ऑफ
विरुद्ध
व्हाट
है।
लाइफ दे कैन लीड। आई एम सॉरी, दिस इज नॉट मेकिंग एनी सेंस एट ऑल।
Shivani, I won't accept what you are saying.
No,
ये
I'm sorry,
सनातन
I'm not
धर्मी-
accepting what you're saying. We are talking about
I'm
political
also not
campaigning
accepting what you are
and the
saying.
lines
Why-
that should be adhered to by all political
नहीं,
parties
बिल्कुल,
in
हर
political
सनातनी-
campaigning.
सनातनी
Personal
बेटे
life.
का-
No, one second.
नहीं,
Akhil
no,
Swami,
no
what your
personal
personal life and your personal
सनातनी
belief is a
बेटे
very
का
separate
कर्तव्य
issue.
है माता
You
पिता का
wouldn't
ध्यान
want
रखना।
Congress leaders' personal
नहीं,
religious
अभी
beliefs
राहुल गांधी
and their
has to take
actions
care
and
of
whether
Sonia
it matches their religious
Rahul
teachings
Gandhi
to be
should
brought
take
into
care of
public
Sonia
There
domain.
is a complete
Modi ji should
confusion
have
in
taken care
Congress
of his
opposition,
brother.
Shivani.
No, I'm
Everybody
sorry.
should take
Just
care of
first of all,
Opposition
nobody
was
came in
confused
nobody's
on
dream.
everything.
This is an AI
Because-
generated video, which in itself is
Whatever,
the problem
the facts
here.
are facts.
There are issues
What
of
the
ethics
AI
involved here.
generated video is saying
If you should
that
be
it is a
using
deep fake
the
which
image
is
of
at
somebody
work.
generated
Arey,
by
you should
AI,
evaluate
especially
as
a
to what is
person
said
who's
in
not
the-
in public life and a
what
person
is
who's
said
not
in
there
the
anymore.
Artificial intelligence the video, whether it is
This
right
is
or
a
wrong.
work of a
His
deep
son should
fake
have
and
kept
the
his mother with
work
him.
of certain and
I don't think that
forces
makes any
which are
argument.
not
You're trying to
conducive
give a very
nationalism.
shady moral spin to this whole thing, but I don't think it will cut any
Shivani,
eyes
you
to
are
anybody.
Are you a Sanatani?
That's not
Are you a
relevant to
Sanatani?
this debate, sir.
No, it is that.
It's not relevant at all. Don't
It
make
is-
this about
it is.
my faith or your faith.
No, but in Sanatan Dharma, you have to take care of your parents.
Yes, so
Your children should take care of you.
that
It is
doesn't
Sanatan
mean that
Dharma.
everybody's parent will live in a mansion. Are you
Everybody
saying
who says that
the poor
everybody who
don't
says
have
this is
don't have
Sanatan
morals
Dharma
then?
has to do it.
No,
Everybody who
this
claims
is the-
to be
This is a
Sanatan Dharma
complete-
has to do it.
This is
No,
a
if
thought
that
of
is your critique, then
dynastic
the Congress should have made a video on that. No.
entitlement.
Arey, Rahul Gandhi takes care of Sonia Gandhi.
Huh.
Indira Gandhi took care of Jawaharlal Nehru. Rajiv Gandhi took care of Indira Gandhi. But Modi ji
What
should have
is
taken
talking
care of her
about
his mother.
confusion?
So what is the problem
Sanatan
here?
Dharma.
So if
But
the
he has not
Prime
taken
Minister's
care.
So what is your
mother
problem in this?
is leading a common
Arey,
man's life,
I
it's
can criticize as a
appreciable.
Sanatan Dharmi, I can say that.
Yeah, that's your
I will say
personal
that.
view, but the video is not about that, Akhil
No,
Swami.
it is.
The video
You
is
talk
not
to
about whether
Shankaracharya.
he has taken care of
You
his
are-
mother
you
or
talk
not.
to Shankaracharya.
And you are raking up an
Shankaracharya
issue
should
which
also
the
take-
Congress raised in 2014, 11 years ago. This again shows
Children-
bankruptcy of issues
children
against
should
the Prime
take care-
Minister.
children should take
Even
care
in
of their mother and
2025, if this is your only
Sanatan
critique of the
Dharmi,
Prime
any
Minister,
Sanatan
that he
Dharmi has
didn't
to
give
take care of
riches of
parents.
life to his mother,
Modi
that
ji
he
has
got
not
or
taken
didn't
care
get
of,
after
his
becoming a
parents.
public officer.
never
I don't understand what the Congress is up to.
अरे माँ के वो अपने साथ
Entitlement
रखना
issue.
चाहिए था उन्हें अपनी बड़ी कोठी में मोरों को
वो
दाना
उनकी
खिलाने के
कोठी
बजाय
नहीं है
माँ को
सर,
रखना
वो प्राइम
चाहिए था।
मिनिस्टर का रेसिडेंस है। डिफरेंस होता है इस चीज में।
अरे माँ
वो
बाप तो
public
प्राइम मिनिस्टर
property
के घर
है।
में नहीं रहते
वो उनकी
अरे वाह,
कोठी नहीं है।
कमाल कर दिया आपने पत्नी को भी नहीं रखेंगे माँ को भी नहीं रखेंगे ये कौन सी बात है
Akhil Swami, I'm not going to allow this kind of debate. I'm sorry.
नहीं पत्नी अरे क्या पत्नी
I
मेरी
want to
पत्नी
go
है,
across
तो
to
प्राइम
Ishan
मिनिस्टर
Tyagi.
होगा, पत्नी
Ishan
को
Tyagi,
नहीं
Ishan
अपनी
Tyagi,
माँ
you
को
wanted
नहीं
to come in on the question that I asked, the slippery slope. If today Congress uses an AI generated video, tomorrow anybody else can also do. Would you be okay with it?
Shivani, the BJP and its leaders have been repeatedly doing that. If you go on the internet, you will find thousands of videos which are derogatory to Shri Rahul Gandhi, Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and other leaders of the opposition. Not
Those
just
are
Congress.
leaders, sir.
You'll
Those are
find them.
leaders in public life.
But
This
the
is a
media,
woman
one
who's
second,
not in public
one second.
life.
Now, yes. Yes, I was coming to that. I knew you would raise that. Now I'm coming to it.
Okay,
It is a
In-
real
Ishan
video.
first.
One second.
Ishan first.
No,
yes.
I did not speak in between. I did not speak in between of anyone. Shivani, let me remind you, on a national television, national spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Prem Shukla, abused dead mother of our spokesperson, Mr. Surender Rajput. What the BJP did, was there any action on Prem Shukla? I see him on debates every other day.
Okay.
Giriraj Singh, another leader of BJP and minister of BJP, minister in this central government, abused Sonia Gandhi and made a very derogatory remark that Rahul Gandhi is nakli beta of Sonia Gandhi. You did not show that clip. Now coming to another leader of BJP, Dinesh Singh, He repeatedly abuses Priyanka Gandhi in Uttar Pradesh, and we do not raise that question on national television. Has the BJP, now my friend from BJP should tell me,
Okay.
has the BJP made any serious
Action, okay.
took any serious actions on these leaders?
All right,
Now,
limited
one
time,
second,
limited time.
One last thing. Let me take 10 seconds more. Shivani, how this the video derogatory? A mother is teaching her son lessons about honesty and morality. Nothing is derogatory about it.
Okay.
So you should not answer. You should ask the questions to BJP. What actions did BJP take on Prem Shukla?
Gopal Krishna Agarwal, BJP hasn't set the high standards that a party in power for last 11 years could have set as far as campaigning rhetoric is concerned. Your leaders have been pretty abusive. Whether somebody is in public life or not shouldn't really hold some of the parameters down on how you can talk about it.
Shivani ji, wherever there have been certain issues, we have asked them and taken disciplinary action against them. The issue here is
What disciplinary
Congress
action was taken on Prem
completely
Shukla? I see him on
devoid
debates
of
every other
any
day.
issues which concern the
Shivani, ask
elections
him
of Bihar.
what
They have
disciplinary
lost
action was taken on
everything.
Mr. Prem Shukla?
They are raising issues. Now you are
Shivani,
why
what derogatory-
Mr.
what
One by one,
disciplinary action was
please.
taken on Prem Shukla?
Mr. Shant, I did
He's still the
not.
national
You said.
spokesperson of
I have
BJP.
limited time. I've got 30 seconds, please. Only Gopal Krishna
I
Agarwal.
see him in debates
The
every other
thing
day.
is that we have to understand that the Congress is bankrupt on their ideologies, ideas about the common man. Their mindset is a dynastic mindset. When they say that the Prime Minister's mother is living a common man's life, they are objecting it. Oh, it should be appreciated that there is no entitlement with the Prime Minister post. It is a servant. He says that I am Pradhan Sevak, and it should be appreciated. The mother is being taken care by other things, but the issue is not about mother or anything. Issue is Congress devoid of common
Issues,
man's
okay.
cause, and they have lost on those debates. Whether they tried to raise it, but performance of BJP.
All right.
Wow.
I'm out of time. I do thank
exemplary.
all of our guests for joining us. We'll wait and see what impact it has, if at all, as far as public mood on ground is concerned. Moving on, the countdown is on for what promises to be the most anticipated cricket match of the year, India versus Pakistan in the Asia Cup 2025. The two arch rivals will lock horns this Sunday at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, and the stakes couldn't be higher. With stalwarts no longer in the teams for both sides, in some ways it can be seen as a new chapter in the rivalry. This Group A clash is more than just a cricket match though. Relations between the two countries provided a tinge of something far bigger. With 1 billion people expected to tune in globally, the atmosphere is also expected to be electric. Dubai is already buzzing with fans from both sides. The match will be played at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. It will kick off at 8 p.m. India Standard Time. While India enters the contest as defending champions, remember, Pakistan is riding high after a tri-series win against Afghanistan at the UAE. So we've got special guests joining us in just a bit, talking about this upcoming India versus Pakistan match. Is it time for India to further its dominance, especially when it comes to these multi-nation events? There have been 16 editions of the Asia Cup and India has a clear advantage history-wise in the tournament. India have won the Cup 8 times, including the last edition, and have been runners-up 3 times, while Pakistan have only lifted the trophy twice and they've also been in the final 3 other times. Interestingly, despite being the two most successful teams in the tournament and in Asia, India and Pakistan have never met in the final of the Asia Cup. India won the first edition itself, which involved only 3 countries, India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, and has won 7 more times since then, as I mentioned. But the two countries, despite their rivalry and supremacy in Asian cricket, have never made it to the final together. They have, of course, played as many as 18 matches in this tournament so far, sometimes meeting twice in the same edition because of the format changes. India has a clear edge here too, winning 10 of these 18 matches, Pakistan winning 6 and 2 ending in no result. Let's also take you through some of the recent history at the Asia Cup between these two teams. In the last edition in 2022, the teams met twice, Pakistan winning the more recent of those matches, while India had won before that. So they were one piece a square in 2022. In 2018, India won by 9 wickets in the first match that they played in the tournament, but Pakistan beat them in the second match when they came face to face in that edition. And in 2014, before that, Pakistan had won by 1 wicket in Manipur. From the Indian perspective, let's take you through some notable performances as well. The highest individual score by an Indian in this tournament is by Virat Kohli, 122 not out versus Afghanistan in 2022. India also holds the record from that match of the only 200-plus score in this event. And on the bowling side, Bhuvneshwar Kumar has the best figures of 5 for 4 in that same match. Let's go across to our guest joining us, Piyush Chawla, former Indian cricketer, and Atul Vasan, former Indian cricketer, also with me. Piyush, what do you make of the stage and the fervour with which both of these teams will be facing each other this Sunday? You've played a very crucial match in the Asia Cup against Pakistan. You had a 4-wicket haul in that match, if I remember correctly. Describe to us what it's like stepping out against an arch rival like that, and what could be the factor for the Indian team?
Well, if somebody says it's just another game, I'll tell you very clearly it's not, because there are a lot of emotions, a lot of sentiments attached to that game, and there are so many Indians who will be looking forward for this game. So I think it's going to be a very special game, and especially after whatever happened, India playing first time against Pakistan. So a lot of people will be looking up to that game and really want India to win this game one-sidedly, so that there will be a lot of things, a lot of emotion which are going through around the country that will settle a bit.
Atul, your take?
First of all, let me just compliment you that this is the first program where we have talked about cricket, because this match is just not talking about who's going to win and all. And I actually have not even thought, because because we have been beating Pakistan so often that the law of diminishing returns has kicked in, and I think that the whole contest is diluted because we are superior. And I think, but people just build it around and they beat everybody, beats themselves into a frenzy that this is something bigger. And in the backdrop of what has happened in the last month and all. So I think there are bigger issues. It's just not a single match, because Pakistan have got everything to gain from this. Because, in Pakistan, the fans actually equate beating India in cricket as winning against India. So this is how the whole country actually just
You're saying the stakes are higher for Pakistan than for India?
No, because Pakistan, what happens is, because the players also know that if they do well against India, their life is set. But Indian cricket ecosystem have moved miles ahead. And I think we don't actually focus so much on this match, because it used to be like this. But now India is, very mature, very balanced. And all the players also have become so comfortable in what they're doing in the process, that they don't feel that this is a do or die thing.
Yeah.
The fans all actually just, hype it up a bit, but so I just hope it's a good contest.
Yeah. No, we'll talk about the contest and what could define it. But Piyush, you want to talk a little bit about how this rivalry has progressed over the years, let's say from the time when you faced them, I think it was over a decade ago, to now. Do you think players were much more nervous then than today?
Well, I don't think so. Players are much more nervous now, because if you see...
No, less nervous today.
Less nervous, because if you see, clearly India holds the edge against the Pakistan. If you see both sides, India clearly way stronger than the Pakistani team. So, as Atul bhai just mentioned, Pakistan, they have stakes, they have higher stakes for this game. But at the same time, they don't have much they don't expect much from this game out of it. So I think they are less nervous, but at the same time, India wants to win against Pakistan. The pressure is always there to win the game, but India holds the edge definitely.
Okay, let's talk about this particular contest. As I said, it's very new look teams on both sides. And we'll talk about that in just a bit. But let's set up this clash for you. India's squad boasts a powerful batting lineup led by Suryakumar Yadav with support from Shubman Gill, Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson. The return of Jasprit Bumrah adds firepower to the bowling attack. Pakistan counters with a fierce pace trio Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf and Hassan Ali and a young batting core featuring Fakhar Zaman and Saim Ayub. Captain Salman Agha will look to anchor the middle order. There are many key battles to watch out for, including one between Bumrah and Zaman, Shaheen and Gill, and the finishing duel between Hardik Pandya and Haris Rauf. The UAE's hot and humid conditions could play a role, with temperatures expected to hover around 33 degrees Celsius during the evening. With both teams in form and a potential rematch looming in the Super Force, Sunday's clash promises fireworks. Fireworks indeed. I'm also joined by Vimal, a sports journalist. Vimal, you're in Dubai. A lot of pressure on both sides, or do you think both sides feeling a little bit settled, given that they would have played their first matches and before the big one, they would get some time to settle into this tournament?
Hi, Shivani. Thank you very much. I think if you talk about pressure, obviously, normally we associate India-Pakistan game, high voltage, high pressure game, but this is quite an unusual game. And Piyush might and Atul Bhai might find it difficult to believe that we are talking about India-Pakistan, but there is no pressure at all in Indian on Indian cricket team, because they have been far superior side. If you look at Pakistani cricket team and if you look at Indian team, man to man, there is no comparison. And the way Indian team has played under Suryakumar Yadav post 2024 World Cup, they have been phenomenal. If you look at, but not only against this Pakistani team, put this Indian team against any team right now, in terms of strike rate, batting ability, firepower, the match-winning bowlers, you look at someone like Arshdeep Singh. He has not been able to make it to the playing 11, who has been the #1 bowler in T20 international cricket. India going with just one pacer in Jasprit Bumrah. That speaks volumes about Indian team's strength, phenomenal strength. So I think all pressure is on Pakistan, because they know that they are up against a very formidable Indian side.
Yes, and India showed that as far as their first match is concerned. Before I talk about that, Vimal, the issue also is that, both of these teams are now don't have some of their stalwarts in limited overs edition. Are both of these teams kind of looking like they're looking at a renewed chapter, whether it's T20 cricket or otherwise, white ball cricket basically? Is that sense prevailing on both sides?
I think if you look at from Pakistan side, yes, Babar Azam and Rizwan are not playing. They have been the big players. But if you look at that, these two players were not contributing. They were always constantly under, criticism. So they moving away from the game. I think a lot in Pakistani are relieved. While if you compare it with the Indian cricket team, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, they won the World Cup and they decided to hang their boot. So they left the field very gracefully. They were not part of the T20 side for 1 year prior to the World Cup. And it speaks volumes. Again, you say that even if Virat and Rohit, some of these players are not there, Indian team has gone from strength to strength. And it looks as if, as of now, because if you look at the 19 matches, 20 matches, they have won out of 23 under Suryakumar Yadav's captaincy. So I think maybe this is just like if you look at that, India will have to play very bad on a given day to lose a single match, because last time when they were here for the Champions Trophy, they did not lose a single match. When they play the T20 World Cup in West Indies and USA, they did not lose a single match. They hardly lose any matches. And the reason is that if you look at the kind of fire play, someone like Sanju Samson, who has been a terrific opener, India has the option to drop someone like Sanju to the middle order.
Yes.
The kind of depth. I think this is simply a staggering bench strength India have.
Right. You know, Piyush, people are still talking about how there's no ROCO as far as, this India-Pakistan clash is concerned. Even if it's not about what they're contributing with the bat on the field, just when tempers rise, when tensions are high in a high-stakes match, high electric match, sometimes the presence of those seniors who have done it, who've been there and done it all, can help. Do you think there is any way that this Indian team will miss that experience, or do you think this side is fairly settled now?
Well, if you look at the current Indian team, as just Vimal bhai mentioned, the amount of games they've won, whatever they have played in, post Rohit and Kohli era in T20 cricket, they're doing a wonderful job. And somebody like Arshdeep, who's not getting a chance in the playing 11, being in the top 5 of world T20 bowlers. So I think this team looks really set. And you always miss these kind of players, but the time, this is the part and parcel of the game. One has to come and then go. So now we can't even say that this team is going through a transition period, because if you see all the players in this squad, they have so much of experience. And when you place a tournament like IPL, where the standard are so high, so you know how to handle the pressure, how to hold your nerves in those difficult situations. They have been through all of that, no matter when you're playing for your franchise and when you're playing for your country, because you learn from that. You play your domestic cricket and you play IPL, so you learn all these things from those games. So when it comes to the big stage, they know how to handle those situations. So they all are prepared for it and ready for it. So there is enough experience in this dressing room to handle these kind of situations.
Atul, the contrarian question could also be that, regardless of how well settled this team is, I mean, you look at those numbers that Virat Kohli possesses against Pakistan in T20 internationals or in ODIs. He was a very steady figure who almost always delivered against Pakistan, right?
Well,
whether it was T20 World
yeah.
Cup or Asia Cup. You're going to miss somebody holding it together in the middle, because India's lack of consistency in the middle order is what that has been troubling. And this is the Pakistan side which is very new. They wouldn't have played against most of these players.
Well, that's why I said that India B team will also beat this Pakistan team, because things have changed. When we played in 90s, they were a very good side. So we were less than them, and they dominated us. Now the boot is on the other foot. And I think, I will not miss Rohit and Virat, because, then I will start missing Sunil Gavaskar and Kapil Dev also, So king is dead, long live the king. Things move. There are new superstars coming. And there's embarrassment of riches. And I feel sorry for the selectors, because to keep everybody in the mix, because, who's to drop, who's to pick. And that's why the conjecture is, and that's why
not just in the squad, but even in the playing 11, you could have many
it gives us some material, because even the street vendor will argue with me who's going to play in tomorrow, So everybody knows cricket. So that is the beauty of it. But we've got talented players, and our ecosystem is to be complemented. It's just because we moved miles ahead. And I think because of Pakistan's desperation, because, one good game by Shaheen Shah Afridi, they say we've got Wasim Akram. And then see, that's the monkey on the back for him. And, 100 Fakhar Zaman got, and then he was compared to Saeed Anwar, So, and this is what happens. So, our guys, allegedly, Vimal will agree with me, they retired. And there is no such thing as graceful in cricket. But these two guys, the Rizwan and Babar Azam, they've been shown the door. And that is the right thing they've done, because the team was suffering because of that system of, these players who have not achieved too much, and their body of work is not deserving enough to be compared with the greats.
All right. Let me just set this up a little bit further, because there's not going to be any holding back in Dubai. Ahead of this clash, both India's Surya Kumar Yadav and Pakistan's Salman Agha insisted that aggression will flow naturally on the field. With big names missing, a new chapter of this rivalry is set to unfold.
The build-up to India versus Pakistan in the Asia Cup is always charged. But this year, the conversation isn't just about cricket. With tensions off the field in the background, the big question to both the...
When we take the field and without aggression, I don't think you can play this sport. And I'm sure I'm very excited to take the field from tomorrow.
India's captain making it clear the new look squad won't be holding back, not even against Pakistan on September 14 in Dubai. And on the other side, Pakistan skipper Salman Agha is echoing the same tune.
You don't need to say anything to any player, because everyone is individually very different. If someone wants to be aggressive in the field, they're more than welcome to do that. So when it's come to fast bowlers, they are always aggressive, and you can't just stop them because that's what keep them going. So whoever wants to do like be aggressive in the field, they are more than welcome. So yeah, from my side, there is no instruction to anyone as long as it stays in the ground.
So, no restrictions, no holding back. Expect fire, expect energy. But both sides say it will stay within the boundary lines. There is also a new flavor to this rivalry. For the first time in years, India and Pakistan will meet without their most famous names. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli have bowed out, while Pakistan, at least for now, have moved away from Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. It's the dawn of a different chapter. Pakistan arrived battle-hardened after 3 straight months of T20 cricket. India, meanwhile, will be taking the field for the first time in this format since the England series back in January.
Let's also listen in to one of the stars of the last match's victory, Shivam Dube, what he had to say as far as some of the big contests in this tournament is concerned.
मैच यूएई के साथ हो या पाकिस्तान के साथ हो, मेरे लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है जब मैं ग्राउंड पे जाता हूँ और हमारी टीम के लिए कि हमारे कोच ने एक चीज़ बोला है जो मेरे हमेशा दिल और दिमाग में रहता है कि वेन एवर यू गो ऑन द ग्राउंड, वेन एवर यू रिप्रेजेंट योर कंट्री, तो एक चांस है आपको कि आप कंट्री के लिए कुछ बड़ा कर सको. तो गौती भाई हमेशा ये बोलते रहते हैं, तो वही दिमाग में रख के मैं जाता हूँ कि पाकिस्तान हो, यूएई हो या आगे जिसके साथ भी खेल रहे, तो कुछ एक मिरेकल करूँ ग्राउंड पे जिससे मैं अपने कंट्री को प्राउड करा सकूँ.
I would like to wish the very best to Team India. I think the government has clarified its position when it comes to bilaterals. We are not going to play against Pakistan, but when you have such ACC trophy or ICC trophy, we will have to participate in that. So we'll go by what the government advises us to.
Lots of stars to talk about as far as the last performance is concerned. And Piyush, you know, several people have been telling me that in Pakistan, when they are doing their analysis of the Asia Cup, they're actually very worried about facing the Indian side, given the performance against the UAE team. I mean, that was not, I wouldn't even call it clinical. It was like even superior to clinical.
Well, we know what this Indian team is made up of. And as I mentioned earlier, there is enough experience. These guys have played quality cricket for so many years. So Pakistan has to be on the back foot looking at the Indian squad because the quality of spinners, quality of fast bowlers, then if you see the firepower in the batting lineup, they have covered all the bases, which is very important. And T20 cricket, that's what you want. That the strike rate has to be up. That's what the cricket demands, but totally depends on the condition as well. So Vimal bhai must be aware and will tell us better that what kind of a pitch it is, that what kind of score you can expect. But all those batters I've played with, I've played against with in the Indian team, they all know just one way to go. That's go out there and express yourself, and that's the most important thing.
Vimal, you know, the other thing also is, yes, UAE is UAE. Pakistan is said to be a little bit different, isn't it? Even though Pakistani experts are suggesting UAE match is over under 5 overs, maybe the Pakistan match would be over under 10 overs.
See, one thing I want to say, Shivani, if you talk about earlier, it used to be whenever there was the Asia Cup, India, Pakistan, the two arch rivals and all that we talk about. It is quite ironical because when we come here and we are discussing, most of the Indian players or supporters, they are worried about Afghanistani team. The Afghanistani team has a far more lethal bowling attack if you look at their spinners, their batsmen. So the Pakistan standard has gone so down that people are saying that we might get a very competitive game against Afghanistan, not against Pakistan. And this is not just to belittle what Pakistan team is. This is just the reality, or just not showing that we are too far. So on a given day, any team can defeat any team. But just face the reality. This Pakistan team has man-to-man, as we say, form-wise. Like, look at the UAE game. India won so convincingly, they did not require even 20 overs to finish the game. While just 1 week back, they were playing against UAE, the same UAE side, and they were being stressed out, even though they won the T20 tri-series.
Yes.
So there is a huge gap in terms of class. And the kind of practice session I saw, some of the Indian practice session, if any of the Pakistani teams saw the practice session, they will get intimidated. Like flurry of sixes. Like you look at the top order, Abhishek Sharma, all the balls just right behind the Indian team practice session has just started. You see that the sixes, the power hitting. Someone like Hardik Pandya, just hitting the sixes on the extra cover and cover region. Forget a straight drive. So those are the difficult and the kind they were hitting sixes at will. The six hitter, the wicket takers. You look at Varun Chakravarti, you look at Kuldeep Yadav. Both mystery spinners in the same playing 11. Bumrah, we don't have to talk about Bumrah because Bumrah is alone equal to 2 bowlers. So I think it will be a miracle. It will be a miracle. Forget winning against India. If Pakistan manages to get a competitive game, I think they should be happy.
You know, you're right. A lot of us are worried if we will get a competitive game because at the end of the day, regardless of the team, you want to see that. You want to see good cricket, good action. But Vimal, before I go to Atul, do tell us about those conditions. What is it likely to be? What has it been like? What is it likely to be?
Yeah, unlike a Champions Trophy earlier this year, in the Fab March, the wickets were used wickets. So there was a lot of assistance for the spinners. And that's why India played in some matches, India went with 4 spinners. Here, despite the pitches are fresh, you know, and there was expected, the first match, Morne Mokal came, the bowling coach, and he suggested that there was a tinge of grass. So there could be a, help for the pace bowler. But Shivam Dube, after playing the first game, he said that no, the wicket was slightly on the slower side. So it's difficult to predict, but if for India, the best thing, they have taken pitch out of the equation. Because the moment you have 3 pacers, India can go with any combination. They will always have 3 pacers and 3 quality spinners. So even if someone has a bad day, there will be 1 bowler to chip in.
Absolutely.
So I don't think if there is a one team who is not worried at all about the nature of the pitches in this tournament, it is Indian team.
Well, the picture you're painting, Vimal, is that, basically nobody is a contest to India. We might as well hand the trophy to India already.
I was about to say this.
Yeah. But Atul, obviously, lots of slips before the cup and the lip. But the luxury that India does have indeed, as Vimal was pointing out, is that it has so many all-rounders and match-winning all-rounders in the team that really just gives it so much more cushion to balance the batting and the bowling.
See, I think it's a cliche now. And if Pakistan, the team was listening to Vimal, they might as well not
turn up for the match.
Actually,
exactly.
And this is the problem. Now the way these cricket journals, and he's been there, done a lot, and I know him. He's just built it up like this that when we lose after this hyperbole, we then again cry also so much. So I think it's a T20 is the only format which
T20 is a tricky format.
It is for a weaker team to beat you. In test matches, superior side will always come back, And I think I know more about Salma Agha than Salman Agha, saying that because, because unless Pakistan does something against Australia, England, we will not rate them. And they have not made a name for themselves, So they have to do something out of the box. And they've been losing. In the last match we were playing, and in jest I said to a journal that I hope that Pakistan wins. And in that contest, I said, because we want more contests and because law of diminishing returns, if you keep on winning, it's like Amitabh Bachchan fighting Mukri. So people didn't hear that. And I got death threats just saying that Pakistan should win. I wanted Pakistan to win and reach the final.
Just be careful about what you say. Lesson out of that is, Atul, just be careful right now.
Shivani, I just have a point.
Yes.
Even if Pakistan win one match, what we say,
and they might do actually, you never know.
Even if they win, it doesn't change the reality. Unless and until they defeat India 3 times in a row, like India are likely to play the first game here in the league game on Sunday, then another Sunday, Super 4. And then if both teams reach final, if Pakistan manages to beat India 3 on a row, then I might
match series.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's not go there. Let's not go there. I really don't want to even talk about the scenario where India is losing this match from the point that India is so far above that it will reel through all of the opposition to now the thought of India losing to Pakistan. Let's not go there at all. But Piyush, I want to talk to you about the spin factor. Vimal was talking about traditionally we do expect the spin to play a lot of to play a role, but how much of it do you expect in the next match coming up against Pakistan? Also, how are you rating Pakistani spinners? They've got a few spinners to play the trick as well.
Well, they have good spinners. I've seen Abrar bowling and then Nawaz is there. But again, if you compare man to man, Kuldeep Yadav way ahead of him, Varun Chakravarti way ahead of him. So I feel India has a better advantage playing in these grounds. And I feel personally as a spinner, in T20 pitch doesn't make much of a difference. If you're bowling in the good areas, you're bowling good balls, and especially when you play tournament like IPL, I'm mentioning IPL again and again because as a spinner, there is a lot of challenge as a spinner because the flat wickets, quality batters, small ground. When you go to Dubai, little slower wicket, big ground, so you have that kind of an advantage as a spinner. So if you compare Varun Chakravarti to Abrar, Kuldeep Yadav to Nawaz, so they hold the edge definitely because the way they are bowling. Varun is bowling really well for the last 3-4 years. It's just not about like 3-4-6 months. You talk about in playing for India when he made a comeback, he's doing a brilliant job. Kuldeep Yadav, he didn't get a game in England. It's not easy for a player, sit out for almost 3 months and straight away come into the game and deliver this kind of a performance. No matter it was against UAE, but still you have to bowl in good areas to get the batter out. So I think Indian spinners, they're definitely better than Pakistani spinners.
Well, as all of our experts mentioned, we do know that Indian team is far superior to the Pakistani team, but it is a T20 contest. Anything can always happen. There is an element of the fans here. There is an element of the added pressure of the nation's expectations on your shoulders as well. I do want to leave on this one note that Pakistan have lost 4 of their last 5 T20 internationals in Dubai, despite the fact that they're so familiar with this venue, and maybe there's a story to be told there. But I do thank all of our guests and experts for joining us. We'll keep getting you more as far as this top contest is concerned. Stay with CNN News 18.
Co-powered by. This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network. This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Decision of the NDA to choose him as the next Vice President of India is being seen as a message to Tamil Nadu as well. Payal Mehta is with me on the phone line. Payal, CP Radhakrishnan's oath ceremony will begin shortly. We can already see visuals coming in from Rashtrapati Bhavan. And soon after, I'm told, these are live visuals that we're getting, Payal, and soon after the oath, we are told, okay, Payal, interestingly, I can see Jagdeep Dhankar sitting there in the audience, first public appearance. Let's just weigh in on that first.
Well, to begin with, it is a constitutional post that CP Radhakrishnan will continue to have because his immediate task before this was the governor of Maharashtra. And that is something which is coming to the fore as well. But, you know, a lot of political niceties being shown away. Jagdeep Dhankar has suddenly cited health reasons at the beginning of the monsoon session of Parliament on 21st of July and stepped down immediately within a few hours of him, you know, making that official letter public. But, you know, it is a big occasion as far as the NDA is really concerned. CP Radhakrishnan is somebody who comes in from the influential OBC community in Tamil Nadu. He is somebody that the BJP has been waiting to see take one responsibility after the other. He's been somebody who's been Prime Minister Narendra Modi's friend. In fact, while recalling his friendship with CP Radhakrishnan, the Prime Minister said that they were friends when both of them had black hair. And, you know, the Prime Minister made a very interesting observation when he was speaking about CP Radhakrishnan in one of the BJP meetings, saying that he is very, very fond of sports. He's greatly into sports, but Rajniti mein khel nahi karte hain. So that's something which is coming there, and this is probably the first time that Jagdeep Dhankar, ever since him having stepped down, has been seen, you know, in public as well. So, you know, political niceties are going to be there. You can see a lot of BJP, NDA chief ministers that are part of this gathering. There are, of course, opposition leaders. You can see Derek O'Brien on your screen. You can see G.K. Vasan. I can see Pushkar Singh Dhami, Ashok Gajapati Raju. All the governors have also been asked to come to the national capital. White smiles on the face of Devendra Fadnavis, who has been extremely instrumental, not just in making sure that, you know, CP Radhakrishnan got a nice send-off when he left from Mumbai, but also made sure that, you know, cross-voting happened from the state of Maharashtra, from all the parties involved over there as well. So that is something which is going to be a big occasion. Like I said, that all the people are there who need to be there. All people have been invited. We'll have to just wait and see if we do spot Rahul Gandhi or Mallikarjun Kharge there.
Okay, but I can see all the former vice presidents are also sitting in attendance along with Mr. Dhankar. There's Venkaiah Naidu, there's Hamid Ansari. Hamid Ansari was also, attacked repeatedly. But I think this is a constitutional moment, and all the former vice presidents have decided that they must maintain the constitutional decorum, the constitutional niceties, as we are waiting for President Draupadi Murmu to just arrive, and then the oath will begin. I think the President of India is just arriving. And we will just listen in to the sound, to the ambience that is coming in from Rashtrapati Bhavan. I think they're all now waiting for President of India, Draupadi Murmu, to arrive. Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I am Anand Narsimhan. Our top focus, Prime Minister Narendra Modi scheduled to visit Mizoram and Manipur on Saturday as part of a major development push, and especially Manipur. Now, during his visit, he will travel to Churachandpur, where he will lay the foundation stone for a series of development projects estimated to be worth over 7,300 crore rupees. These projects are expected to significantly boost infrastructure and economic growth in the region following months of strife in Manipur. Now, following the event in Churachandpur, the Prime Minister will also proceed to the state capital of Imphal, and there he will inaugurate completed projects valued over 1,200 crore rupees. Now, this is a major development drive in Manipur where communal and ethnic fault lines continue to persist between different groups. Now, ahead of Prime Minister's visit, Kamalika Sengupta of News 18 gets us this report. She's on ground.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to come on Saturday with huge developmental projects. He's going to inaugurate, what we are getting it from our sources, is near about 8,500 crore developmental projects will be inaugurated by Narendra Modi. Here in Imphal and also in Churachandpur, huge arrangements have been made because he is going to do two sabhas, one in Churachandpur and second in Imphal. Here in Kangla Fort, inside the Kangla Fort, he will have a public meeting here, and you can see that huge arrangements, security arrangements are being made. Senior army officers have been here camping for some time, and they have been checking all the procedures. Senior security personnel, all the senior officers are here.
I am very happy. In fact, that is what we all are looking forward for the last 2 years, and I'm sure that with his visit here, there is a ray of hope in bringing about a change in Manipur, and sooner the state will return to the normalcy. It will boost up the normalcy, and people do expect the Prime Minister to be giving some points regarding especially the situation which has really deteriorated in the last 2 years, and we all hope that it will help in bringing about an understanding, removing the trust deficit, and also bring about a confidence amongst the people with the central government.
Tell us that, the Prime Minister's visit, what's your expectation?
Although the visit of the Prime Minister is a little late, we hope that
there will be positive changes through his visit. We are resilient people, and however the scars of this conflict is still visible, we believe and hope that we can move forward through peace, and then Prime Minister will bring normalcy in our state.
The road which leads to Imphal to Churachandrapur is heavily guarded by security, and obviously the VVIP will come, and you can see that in this entire route, this type of anti-mine cars, anti-mine vehicle, anti-bomb vehicle, bulletproof vehicles are being deployed in this entire area. Here itself we can see that 7 anti-mine vehicle and anti-bulletproof vehicles have been provided, and you can see that the security forces are keeping a very strong eye.
So a lot of preparations. It's a clear Vikas push. Now will this win the Vishwas of the people? What's the road ahead? And can these fissures, which are also talking about increased segregation, and somewhere that could perhaps lead to a divide within the boundaries, land region of Manipur itself. Now these are all issues which have to be overcome, especially this ethnic divide, that wedge which is being driven deep. But a lot of it is being fueled by also drug running and a certain level of involvement